That was this past Friday, Dignity Health Sports Park, the LA Derby, a.k.a. El Tráfico, the LA Clásico. It doesn't have an official name. You need more games under the belt before you can stamp it with an official name. But it was intense. It was excellent to see. It's just in second year, the LA Galaxy beating LAFC in a highly anticipated game. You know, the MLS season started in March. This game played second half of July. So juices were flowing for this one. And it was great to be part of it. Me, as an employee of LAFC, disappointed by the result, although LAFC remained top of the pops in Major League Soccer, best team by a long shot. But that one's going to stick with them for a bit. But before I get into that and what Zlatan did, I am Zlatan. I scored goals at will. I played, when I was 30, I played in Europe. Where does he Vela play? So, by the way, my Rafa Nadal impression, I got to work on it, but I see someone's making money on a Rafa Nadal impression. I thought of it first. Okay, so when you have a rivalry where two teams are in the same city, where they rub shoulders with each other, where their daily routine is intertwined with that opposing team, you're seeing that in LA and how important it is. The greatest of all the rivalries within a city is in Milan, because not only do they intertwine in a city, they play in the same stadium. Inter Milan. That makes it, to me, the most sacred of rivalries. City rivalries. Where does it stand? This will be the biggest rivalry in Major League Soccer, in large part, the main reason, because of that. Because they both reside in Los Angeles. The other big rivalries in Major League Soccer, teams that don't live or do not reside in the same city. Portland and Seattle. You have the New York teams, although the Red Bulls kind of viewed a little bit more like New Jersey. That's been the problem with them. Orlando, Atlanta. It's coming along a long way. There's nothing in the same city. So this certainly can be put on the top line of rivalries where there's the two teams in the same city, which carries the most weight. Milan, Glasgow with Celtic Rangers, Buenos Aires with River Boca. Madrid, you can't say it because Real Madrid-Barcelona is bigger than Real Atletico. It is. That's the game you circle on the calendar. Manchester, yes, although many people would say Manchester United and Liverpool are bigger rivals. London, well, there's so many rivals, where do you begin? But certainly that would carry some weight. Mexico City doesn't have this. The two big rivals. It's America and then, okay, Cruz Azul. It's not that everyday walk of life rivalry. Munich. It's Bayern. Bayern, I don't know. Bayern, Dortmund. You know, Germany needs some better rivalries. I know they're there. I say for the game now, we talk about Zlatan talk the talk beforehand. He said he was the best player. He said he was a Ferrari. The rest of Major League Soccer was Fiats. He said Carlos Vela was not his equal because when he was 30, Zlatan, he was playing in Europe. Vela is now playing in Major League Soccer. I will say that Carlos Vela played in Europe from 2005 to 2017, so he's on the right trajectory. Regardless, LAFC and Carlos Vela had a chance to shut up Zlatan, and they missed it. And Zlatan came on over and scored a hat trick. That's big time. That's a big-time player. Now, this is a marathon, not a sprint in Major League Soccer, and LAFC can fix all of this by, A, beating the Galaxy when they meet again next month, and winning MLS Cup, which is really the big part. But that was cold-blooded by Zlatan, a missed opportunity by the club and the league, because the league has to take these punches too when Zlatan keeps going. These are Fiats. These are Fiats everywhere. I'm a Ferrari. Carlos Vela did have 2 goals, but that was a missed opportunity. All right, talking about big-name talents all over the world, the silly season has arrived in Europe, and, well, we saw the silly season in the NBA, and the players had all the power. Kawhi wanted to leave. He could leave. Anthony Davis wanted to leave. He got to leave. Paul George told Oklahoma City he didn't want to be there. He is now in Los Angeles. Doesn't work like that in Europe, in soccer. Neymar wants to leave PSG. PSG like, all right. Gareth Bale. By the way, can somebody stand up for Gareth Bale? Everyone's taking shots at this guy. Everybody. You know, Zidane is pretty gnarly. I mean, he's like one foot out the door. Arrivederci. I don't know. They don't speak Italian in Spain, and he's French, so he wouldn't say arrivederci, so to speak. But he said, we hope he leaves soon. It's just bad. Everyone's like taking shots. So I'd like to see Gareth Bale be whole. But the clubs have the power. The clubs with the big money, They could let Gareth Bale go Real Madrid, but they say, why? We spent all this money. We're not going to take this hit. He can sit on the end of our bench. I think eventually he will go, but it's pushing off all the silliness in this season a little further down. Neymar wants out of Paris. Who can sign him? If Real Madrid aren't interested, and by all accounts they are not, it's only Barcelona. Barcelona going to line that up and go for, remember, the $250 million. That was a buyout. That was the original price tag for PSG. So they don't want to take a hit. And what's Barcelona going to do? They've got Antoine Griezmann. They have, I imagine a lot of players will be jettisoned. But it's not up to Neymar. Really, PSG can go, all right. I mean, at this point, I'd like to see him stay at PSG. I mean, it's been really injuries more than anything that have interrupted his time there. But he has Kylian Mbappe, and this is a team dedicated to winning the league week to week. It's not that enticing. Barcelona would be really fun to watch if he was there, but I don't think it would be successful, right? We've seen a changing in the way teams approach. You don't throw all these superstars in a team and expect them to click. We did see that Barcelona when Suarez, Neymar, and Messi won the Champions League, but Neymar coming back, I mean, there's one ball, and it all has to go through Messi. That's the breaks. You're always going to be second fiddle, and I said this about Neymar when he left Barcelona, and that's why he should have left Barcelona, but you don't come running back tail between your legs. It's not a good look. It will be fun to watch. But back to my prior point. The ship has sailed. Liverpool has showed that you can get guys, many guys that other teams had a shot at getting. Mo Salah was kind of set adrift. Chelsea. Roberto Firmino was at Wolfsburg. Anyone could have signed him, and they got a Sadio Mane was a real nice find. And you get these guys that work hard together. Look what can happen. Manchester City obviously spends a lot of money, and they seem to be like the best team in the world, but, you know, they are pretty savvy with their moves. You know, they had some players that were available, certainly, Manchester City, but I know I'm talking a lot about here, but A, the ball is in the club's court. It's big teams can spend money, but they can decide what to sell. And the Barcelona thing, I don't know if it's really going to work. All right, so we'll move along from that discussion. Paul Pogba. Manchester United. David De Gea, he's supposed to go. Those guys are both going to stay at Manchester United. Pogba just got the stamp of approval from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. By the way, no one sticks up for Paul Pogba. I mean, these guys get raked through the mud. Gareth Bale, Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba's been pretty good. I mean, not perfect for Manchester United, but great for France. But he's been okay. What does Manchester United do if they do get rid of Pogba? Rebuild everything? By the way, the transfer market's closing down. You're not going to have time to get someone to replace him. I just don't get it. Sometimes you got to stick up for the players a bit. I feel bad for some of these superstar players. I know that sounds ridiculous. But Paul Pogba is the latest. But, so let's go through that line. Bale, Neymar, Pogba. It's a weird time. It's a weird time to be on top of the world if you're a soccer player. All right, I did want to touch on the final big major competition to wrap up this summer. It's the African Cup of Nations. Congratulations to Algeria with Riyad Mahrez and Marjad Bounaja. And this was a team that beat all the good teams on the way to winning the African Cup of Nations. Once I saw them playing, I figured this was going to be a team to be considered. 23 goals, 2 goals against. They won all 7 of their games. No losses, no ties. They got some criticism because it wasn't pretty in the final against Senegal. And people say, oh, Senegal should have won, but they didn't. Algeria knows how to squeeze a game, and this is going to be very handy for them, 2022 World Cup. If they qualify, because qualifying through Africa is no slam dunk. But if they qualify, nobody's going to want to play this team because of the way they play. They squeeze games. By the way, I keep thinking Algeria is a small country. You don't think it's a small country, right? When I think of Algeria, maybe I'm confusing it with Tunisia or Morocco, which are relatively small countries. Algeria, 41 million people, 10th largest country. This is going to blow your mind. 10th largest country in the world, the largest Arab country, and the largest country in Africa. Ain't that something? Algeria. I got that from Wikipedia, so I hope it's accurate. But I imagine that's kind of stuff that is pretty explicit on Wikipedia. But there it is. This is going to be a team no one's going to want to face when the 2022 World Cup comes around. By the way, 2010 World Cup, they were there. Remember, Landon Donovan scored the goal. Otherwise, they would have qualified for the round of 16. Who knows where they would have gone? Round of 16, they did make it in the 2014 World Cup, and they pushed Germany, which went on to win the whole thing. And this is their second AFCON Cup. So, Algeria, I salute you. I know this has been a hodgepodge of discussions all over the shop, so I'll leave it at there. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. We're getting ready for the club seasons to kick in. We'll be here all year. We like to party. La-di-da-di-da-di. Placido Domingo. Arrivederci.